What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, former 5 division world champion, former Olympic gold medalist, iconic, legendary, retired, superstar, boxer, and Hall of Famer, Oscar the Golden Boy De La Hoya, who turned promoter and founder and CEO of Golden Boy Promotions. He discussed one of his ace fighters, undefeated, rising Mexican superstar, lightweight contender, King Ryan Garcia, his recent performance over British superstar, Olympic gold medalist, lightweight contender, Luke Campbell. Ryan Garcia was floored in the fight in the second round. He was dropped badly by a sweeping left hook, but he got up off the canvas. He weathered the storm, and he ultimately stopped Luke Campbell in the seventh round with a brutal left hook to the liver, and Luke Campbell could not beat the count. He took a knee and he could not get back up. So it was an action-packed performance, an action-packed fight on the part of King Ryan Garcia and Luke Campbell. With that said, Oscar De La Hoya, prior to this fight, he made some bold statements regarding undefeated 2 division world champion who simultaneously holds the WBA at 130 and 135, 4-time world champion Gervonta Tank Davis, in whom Ryan Garcia has been relentlessly calling out over and over for the better part of over a year now. He feels like he likes his chances against Gervonta Tank Davis, and I think it's due to the part that he has such a physical advantage over Gervonta Tank Davis. Ryan Garcia stands at 5'10". Ryan Garcia has a 71-inch arm reach. Gervonta Tank Davis stands at 5'5", and he has a 67-inch arm reach. So Ryan Garcia has a 4-inch arm reach advantage over Gervonta Tank Davis, and he has a 5-inch height advantage over Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, Ryan Garcia has very, very light and fast hands, and he has power in both hands. Gervonta Tank Davis is far more explosive. He's far more athletic. He has more power. He's a southpaw, and he has more experience, right? He's slightly older. Ryan Garcia is 22 years of age. Gervonta Tank Davis is 26 years of age. So with that said, leading up into this fight with Luke Campbell, before you saw the performance of Ryan Garcia and how he looked in the ring, Oscar De La Hoya made some bold predictions and some bold comments. So did his co-promoter, his partner, legendary, iconic multi-division world champion, Hall of Famer, Bernard the Executioner Hopkins, who is a partner with Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions. Bernard Hopkins stated that after this fight with Luke Campbell, they were going to take a trip straight to Baltimore, the hometown and the birthplace of Gervonta Tank Davis. Then Oscar De La Hoya said, not only will Ryan Garcia beat Gervonta Tank Davis, but he'll walk through Gervonta Tank Davis. After that performance with Luke Campbell, Oscar De La Hoya has changed his tune. And now Oscar De La Hoya is stating that he doesn't believe Ryan Garcia is completely ready for that fight. But he tried to clean it up because he doesn't want to sound like he doesn't have any confidence in Ryan Garcia. So he tried to clean it up by stating, well, he's really ready for everybody. He says, but when he is fully ready for Gervonta Tank Davis, then we'll make that fight. So is he ready for everybody? Because everybody would include Gervonta Tank Davis. Or are you waiting for him to fully be ready for Gervonta Tank Davis? Sounds like Oscar De La Hoya is having a change of heart. Oscar De La Hoya saw that performance just like I saw that performance, and I saw a lot of glaring weaknesses. I didn't like the body language of Ryan Garcia when he got hit. I didn't like Ryan Garcia's defense at all whatsoever. I didn't like Ryan Garcia standing straight up. Ryan Garcia was throwing punches because he has these lightning fast hands. He was throwing punches without a destination. He was just throwing punches for the sake of throwing punches. He wasn't accurate. And he seemed to react to every punch that Luke Campbell landed. And Luke Campbell wasn't even committing to all his punches. So with that said, I believe Oscar De La Hoya saw what I saw and the rest of the boxing world saw. And they figure he's not ready for Gervonta Tank Davis. Because Gervonta Tank Davis is explosive. Gervonta Tank Davis is vicious. He's ferocious in the ring. He drops Ryan Garcia, he's going to close the show, unlike Luke Campbell. Luke Campbell seemed to be even more hesitant after dropping Ryan Garcia than he did before he dropped Ryan Garcia. It's because he expected Ryan Garcia to come back with a fury, and he wasn't comfortable with Ryan Garcia's hand speed or power, and you could tell in his body language. But I told you guys in the build-up to this fight that he just can't close the show. He was in big fights with Lomachenko, who was Olympic two-time gold medalist, 3-division world champion, and was unified to the lightweight division. He had Lomachenko hurt 3 times, but he couldn't close the show, and ultimately Lomachenko was on the verge of closing the show with him. And then he had highly skilled, highly athletic, great boxer Jorge Linares on the ropes a few times after getting floored, and he couldn't close that show, and he lost that fight. So I told you guys, Luke Campbell is just not a closer, and it showed. He didn't assert himself after Ryan Garcia was dropped. Now, to Ryan Garcia and to Luke Campbell's defense, Ryan Garcia got up, and he didn't seem to be too badly hurt, right? Visibly shaken or anything of that nature. He was dropped, but it was a hard drop, right? But Luke Campbell didn't test him. He didn't go to the body. And another thing that's concerning about Ryan Garcia is he didn't assert himself with his jab either, which showed us that their claims of being comfortable with southpaws is anything but, because he refused to use his jab. Now, I don't know if it's because Luke Campbell is a big lightweight himself, standing at 5'9" with a 71-inch arm reach. So he's nearly the same size as Ryan Garcia. And Ryan Garcia is usually accustomed to having a size advantage over most guys his weight. But Luke Campbell was able to touch him from a distance, but he wasn't asserting himself. He wasn't throwing anything with conviction outside of the knockdown. So Ryan Garcia just voided his jab all the way around. If you don't have a great jab to occupy Gervonta Tank Davis, you're going to find yourself in a lot of trouble. If he could use his athletic ability, his explosiveness, and his southpaw stance along with his power to just easily get on the inside and work his way to the inside, Ryan Garcia is going to be in a lot of trouble. And I think that Oscar De La Hoya sees the same thing. And now Oscar De La Hoya continuously uses the word when he gets ready. When Ryan Garcia is ready, he'll take on these guys. When Ryan Garcia is ready, he'll face Gervonta Tank Davis. When Ryan Garcia is ready. So essentially, Oscar De La Hoya is simply telling the world, that's code word for he needs time. He's not ready. We made a mistake. We thought we saw growth. He wasn't bending. He didn't look fluid. He didn't translate from offense to defense and defense to offense very well. He was standing with his chin straight up in the air. Gervonta Tank Davis will have a field day with Ryan Garcia if that version of Ryan Garcia doesn't improve and shows up a different version of Ryan Garcia against Gervonta Tank Davis. And I believe Oscar De La Hoya sees the same thing. Ironically enough, he has another issue because you can't go backwards from Luke Campbell. I'm sure they'd much rather face Jorge Linares, another skilled, highly athletic, explosive boxer with a high ring IQ and a lot of experience, and was a world champion before going into Gervonta Tank Davis after witnessing that performance against Luke Campbell. But Ryan Garcia has another huge issue on his hands. After beating Luke Campbell, he became the mandatory challenger for undefeated WBC lightweight world champion superstar boxer Devin the Dream Haney, in which they have a history together. And he stated, if I can't secure a fight, this is Ryan Garcia that is, if I can't secure a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis, then I want to go straight in with Devin Haney. Well, I believe Devin Haney is going to present even more of a challenge than Gervonta Tank Davis because he's more mobile. He's more fluid. He utilizes the ring more. He boxes better, right? He has more stamina. He's more slick. He's more rangy. He's bigger than Gervonta Tank Davis. He's not too far from Luke Campbell and himself. But he's more fluid. He has quicker feet. At times, Gervonta Tank Davis could be pretty flat-footed. That's not going to be the case when it comes to Devin Haney. So with that said, now he's the mandatory challenger for Devin Haney. So is Oscar De La Hoya not going to be looking to make that fight with Devin Haney because he's not ready? So Devin Haney, 25-0, 15 by way of knockout. He's 22 years old. He's 5'8". But guess what? He has a 71-inch arm reach, same arm reach as Ryan Garcia and Luke Campbell. He's not as tall. Ryan Garcia still has a 2-inch height advantage, but he has the same arm reach, but he's more fluid in his boxing ability. He's a better pure boxer. So is he not going to make that fight? Is he not ready for Devin Haney? Because Devin Haney is not a big power puncher. He hasn't grown into his man strength yet. He's just turned 22 years of age. So you not ready for Gervonta Tank Davis, who's explosive, 26 years old. Luke Campbell is more accomplished than Devin Haney, right? Outside of the fact that Devin Haney is a world champion, Luke Campbell's been in the ring with now Ryan Garcia, but he was in the ring with Lomachenko and Jorge Linares, and he's Olympic gold medalist. You took that fight with Luke Campbell, who was more established than Devin Haney. What would be your reasoning for not taking a fight with Devin Haney outside of the obvious, his skill set, and you don't like how he matches up? Styles make fights. He has the reach of Luke Campbell, but the boxing ability of a higher skilled guy than Luke Campbell. He's more fluent. He's quicker on his feet. He's slicker on the defensive end. He's far faster than Luke Campbell. He's just nearly as fast as Ryan Garcia in hand speed. But he's mobile. So where did he go from here? I'm almost certain that Oscar De La Hoya is going to try to talk Ryan Garcia, Eddie Reynoso, and his team into a different direction other than Gervonta Tank Davis. Well, that direction is going to have to include Devin Haney. They kind of backed themselves in the corner, taking this fight with Luke Campbell and moving him so fast because he's clearly in need of more experience. But let's see how this unfolds. It's ironic now. Oscar De La Hoya has changed his tune from him walking right through Gervonta Tank Davis to when he's ready, he'll take on those fights. He didn't look that ready last night, and Oscar De La Hoya knows it. So does Bernard Hopkins, and so does the rest of the boxing world. That's why they all licking their chops to get in the ring with Ryan Garcia, who has a huge social media following, who is built up. He has star-studded, but it hasn't accomplished much within the sport of boxing. Let's see how this all unfolds and plays out. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.